Welcome to ABX Reviews. This episode pulls us deep into the emotional lives of its characters, where family loyalties are tested, the weight of grief becomes overwhelming, and the pressure to succeed forces difficult choices. From tense family confrontations to haunting moments of sorrow, the storylines are more intertwined than ever, promising serious consequences for everyone involved. Here are 10 different scenes from the episode. Scene 1: A father's questionable business lesson. Sanil's father sits him down to explain the harsh realities of their family business. He details a system where progress requires extra, unofficial payments to everyone from project managers to local leaders. He justifies these actions as simple survival, a necessary part of ensuring the family's success and security. Scene analysis: This is a crucial scene for establishing the central conflict between traditional morals and the practical, albeit corrupt, demands of their business world. Character motivation: The father is motivated by a desire to provide for and protect his family, believing this is the only way to operate successfully. Deeper issues: The scene explores the deeper issue of moral compromise and how the pressure to provide can sometimes lead to ethically questionable decisions. Scene 2: The morning matric dance discussion. A couple is woken up by voice notes about the upcoming matric dance budget. They discuss a donated cow and the logistics of preparing it, with the husband humorously insisting there be no salads. The conversation is light-hearted, showing a normal domestic moment that contrasts with the heavier themes elsewhere. My reaction: This scene provides a much-needed moment of levity and showcases a loving, playful relationship. How characters impact story: This couple seems to function as a stable, grounded counterpoint to the more troubled families in the series. Story strength: The inclusion of this everyday scene makes the world feel more real and layered, showing that life continues even as drama unfolds elsewhere. Scene 3: Zama's profound grief. Zama has not eaten since Benelli's funeral, causing great concern for her parents. They talk helplessly about how to reach her, acknowledging that sometimes being a parent means feeling powerless in the face of your child's pain. Character analysis: Zama is immobilized by sorrow, while her parents are portrayed as caring but desperate, unsure of how to help their daughter. Deeper issues: This scene is a raw exploration of grief and the helplessness that loved ones can feel when trying to support someone in deep mourning. Character development: Zama's state shows the profound impact of loss, while her parents are being developed as figures who want to fix things but cannot. Scene 4: Our mother's protective prayer. Before Langelo leaves for university, his mother leads the family in a heartfelt prayer. She asks for continued guidance for their son so that he may be a blessing to others, highlighting their pride and hopes for his future. Lessons learned: The scene underscores the importance of family support and spiritual grounding as a young person steps out into the world. Character motivation: The mother is motivated by love and a deep desire for her son's safety and moral well-being. My reaction: It is a touching moment that solidifies the family's positive values and their investment in Langelo's success. Scene 5: Gadler's ominous threat. Gadler confronts Sanil, making a small but firm request. The tension escalates as he demands that Sanil's mother sign a contract. He suggests that failure to comply will lead to serious consequences, referencing a past loss in the family. Scene analysis: This is a high-tension scene that establishes Gadler as a direct threat to Sanil's family's safety and peace. Character motivation: Gadler is motivated by a specific goal tied to the contract, using intimidation to achieve his aims. What will happen next? This confrontation sets up a major conflict, forcing Sanil and his mother to make a difficult decision that could determine their future safety. Scene 6: Langelo's celebration with friends. Langelo, having received a new car, celebrates with his friends. They joke about him being their designated driver and tease him about his new responsibilities. The mood is joyful and celebratory. How characters impact story: Langelo represents a more hopeful, conventional path of youth and education, which contrasts with the darker pressures on Sanil. Story strength: This scene provides character balance, showing the normal, positive experiences of one young man while another faces immense pressure. Character development: We see Langelo in his element with friends, developing his character as a well-liked and somewhat pampered young man. Scene 7: A harsh confrontation with Zama. Zama's relative enters her room, which is in disarray, and confronts her about her state. She speaks bluntly, telling Zama to stop being pathetic and to channel her grief into strength against those who wronged her. Character analysis: the relative is portrayed as harsh and unsympathetic, but her words come from a place of tough love and a desire to see Zama become strong. Character motivation: she is motivated by a belief that wallowing in grief is self-destructive and that true strength lies in standing up for oneself. Deeper issues: this scene explores different ways of processing grief, passive sorrow versus active, albeit angry, resilience. Scene 8, a haunting conversation. In a surreal moment, Sanil is visited by what seems to be the spirit of his brother, Benelli. Benelli speaks about the need for strength and suggests that the world does not take a man seriously unless he is willing to be firm. Scene analysis: this is a symbolic scene that delves into Sanil's internal conflict and the pressure he feels to change who he is. Lessons learned: the scene wrestles with the idea of what it means to be strong and whether adapting to a harsh world means losing one's own peace. What will happen next? This vision will likely push Sanil closer to a breaking point, forcing him to make a drastic choice about what kind of man he will become. Scene 9, a friendly check-in. A young woman named Ithonga stops by the family store asking for Lungelo. His parents inform her that he has already left for university. They gift her some fruit, offering kind words and encouragement for her studies. My reaction: this is a sweet, brief interaction that reinforces the kindness and generosity of Lungelo's parents. How characters impact story: small scenes like this build the community around the main characters, making the setting feel lived in. Character development: it shows Lungelo's parents as pillars of their community, supportive of the youth around them. Scene 10, a plea for family. Sanil approaches another character, pleading with him as a brother. He begs him to have his mother sign the contract to avoid further trouble, insisting that he does not want to see anyone else in the family get hurt. Betrayal: Sanil feels caught between a rock and a hard place, and his actions could be seen as a betrayal of his family's resistance, though he is motivated by a desire to protect them. Character motivation: Sanil is purely motivated by fear and a desperate need to keep his family safe from further consequences. Deeper issues: this scene powerfully explores the theme of family protection and the terrible choices one must sometimes make when feeling threatened.